Hi, this is Alex, Clairvoyant-Medium, bringing you the tarot card of the month for March 2022, and it's the Three of Pentacles. The element is air, the season is spring, and that's for the Northern Hemisphere, because tarot cards were invented in the Northern Hemisphere. The cardinal point is east, the zodiac signs are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. The ruling number is 3, the energy is female or feminine, and the realm is home. As I pulled the card, I heard the words, "There's work to be done," and it sounded pretty serious. Now, the Three of Pentacles is an interesting card for March, and it tells me the silly season is long over and the serious part of the year is in full swing. Now, I personally always feel that the year doesn't really kick in until March anyway. And the key words for this card and March are health, finance and physical action. And when I say physical action, take that in the broadest terms because it's going to cover a lot of things. Now, I'll speak on the symbolism, but I'll keep it to a minimum and just focus on the important things because I feel that there's too many symbols and hidden meanings in each individual tarot card, and it's absolutely impossible to cover all that in such a short space of time. It's really mind-boggling and I don't want to bore people. So without further ado, I'll introduce the card. And the important messages here are the individuals covered by this card. They're skilled people, they're well-informed individuals, and individuals with skills and talents to use. Let them go on with their job and don't hinder them, including apprentices and students of all sorts. And they're in the process of learning their vocation and have been held back for the past 2 years due to COVID. So now they have to really make up for lost time. Note, number 3 is the first real number when it comes to numerology and symbology and the reality that defines this plane, the third dimension. Now, some of the meanings are the Trinity, as in Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or some will say Father, Mother, Holy Child, which is more correct. Now, this card number is about teamwork, forming partnerships, integration and sorrow. Education falls into this category for March. And the negative vibration for this number includes uncooperative, overindulging, and then recovery and healing. Emotionally, the number 3 is fulfilling. Now notice the people are inside a church, meaning they all hold the same beliefs and have a common interest in what's happening. One person is wearing a cloak, alluding to, among other things, secrecy, silence and withdrawal. There are secret dealings going on. Now the cloak itself you see is orange, meaning vitality or vital energy, active mind and pride. The other person's a clergyman representing the priest class in spirituality. And the young man in the card, he's called the apprentice. He's a skilled young man and knows exactly what he's doing, and he's under the guidance of his patrons depicted in the card. And he follows their instructions to the T. Notice he's wearing a yellow apron, as in alluding to a secret society that he's a member of. And the aprons are worn in secret ceremonies, and we're talking like Freemasonry. There's a lot of their symbology in the tarot as well, so it's a bit of a amusing thing on that part. Now notice the thing in his hand, it's called a bolster. Again, that's implying a secret society. He's actively working or chiseling away at his task. Next we notice the black in the archways, signifying mystery, knowledge, transformation, silence, and negatively it can mean evil, despair and ignorance. There are 2 arches implying duality, and this planet is made of polarities or dualities, but it's implying here that you have to make an active decision as to which path you will take. Now, arches are also and known as portals for moving from one reality to another, hence they're transformative. And the pillar implies stability, supportive and strength, upholding beliefs such as religious or spiritual beliefs. And then we'll look at the bricks above there too. Bricks can be built for lasting foundations and joining together to create something big, or they can be made into something to block your path or to shield your view from something that must remain secret. Isn't that interesting? Now, you'll notice a little white rose between the two archways. Now, that rose there alludes to the House of York and Mary Magdalene, as well as ancient Egyptian mystery schools, including also the royal houses of Upper and Lower Egypt. They were both white and red, respectively. They also cover the House of Aton, or Aton, as some people call it. Now, the Pentacles signify spirit and humanity. Now, you see the little pentacle in the middle, that alludes to the human being, and the circle on the outside is spirit. It's also based on Vitruvian Man also. You remember Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man had a circle around it too. Another aspect of the pentacle is money. Now, notice the apprentice is standing on a bench also. He's wearing boots. This signifies he's in an elevated position, especially intellectually, but also protecting him from dirt and from the unclean of the earth. Now, clothes just don't imply social status, rank, and honour. They show the outward symbols of the person, what others say, but they protect and conceal as well that which is within, alluding to spirit. Not all as it seems, hence the saying, never judge a book by its cover. Now, as for the full message for March 2022, it's a month of putting skills into action and showing others you have what it takes to get something done. This card signifies people that have a job to do and let them go on with it. These people can back up their words with action and skill. They may be frustrated because they're being prevented or held back by others from doing their job. For example, nurses and aged care workers are eager to get back to their jobs, but they've been hampered by restrictions all around them. Now, these people have to work hard to catch up with lost time through no fault of their own. And this also includes students and apprentices, again, of all types. People don't like their lives being disrupted or on hold. They just want to go back to normal. But there's a new normal, not the old normal. There are still going to be some disruptions and delays to cope with. I also see plans wasted and skills wasted. Poor advice given without any accountability. Think of the government there. There's still going to be skill shortages in certain areas of employment, but especially in aged care, healthcare, communication and haulage, and, you know, trying to get goods into shops and whatever. Now, money is the other important message here, and people are also wanting a decent income for their job that they do, and we've seen that just recently as well with what's happened in Canada. And also here in Australia too, there's been a lot of industrial action, and there's more to come. Factor into that childcare and healthcare. Now, employers of all stripes will try and avoid paying up, especially the small businesses. With the small businesses, it's because they may not survive, especially just after lockdown. And this is going to cause more upset, especially small businesses, because they've been suffering without any relief. And the cost of living is rising rapidly, and it's going to get worse. Now, some people will lose their jobs and may have to learn a new skill. Now, this takes time and effort and may not be easy for older people. And some older people might just give up hope of getting another job in any field, you know, because they might not have the skills and they're getting close to retirement age. And who's going to employ someone that's that old? You know, they want younger people. Now this is going to take its toll on us globally, causing much more problems, and people are getting frustrated with all the disruption to their lives and not having any money, and noting the healthcare system is failing them too. I also feel there will be more loss of lives due to this, and especially the elderly, and due to poor quality healthcare around the world. And I see delays in healthcare and a bit of apathy there going on. The world governments owe the elderly for all their suffering. These good people have given their best and paid their taxes all their lives from the minute they left school, and they feel they're getting let down badly by the governments around the world. Meanwhile, people want to be returning to work in healthcare, but with things not panning out for them. And some of these people are burned out from the past 2 years in particular. And look at the nurses and the doctors that have been rushed off their feet with a skeleton crew, and this again worldwide. So they're needing help themselves. But guess what? A shortage in mental health workers. So we can see the health system's on its knees with very little done to fix this. There's no quick fix, though, to any of this because the governments are in turmoil and no one seems to actually be doing anything proactive, or seems not to be doing anything proactive or of real consequence to get the ball rolling. And then add elections in various countries coming up too, and that holds up the necessary help where it's needed too, because things go into a little bit of holding pattern when we're going through elections. So again, health, education, money, production of goods, and food that are governed by the Three of Pentacles for March 2022. It's a bit of a struggle for everyone. We'll eventually get through it. So just hang in there and do the best that you can. And blessings and warm and fuzzy hugs from Alex. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.